Hello, I'm Gustavo Rodriguez, CEO for bridgeMLS.
And I'm DaVina Lara, your CEO for bridgeMLS.
DaVina, we're here to talk about Statement 8.0. Statement 8.0 was passed by NAR recently, and we want to know more about it. Can you give us first background on Statement 8.0 and how it became about?
The brokers and MLSs from across the country have asked NAR to consider a policy that will reinforce the consumer benefits of cooperation. The MLS creates an efficient marketplace and reinforces the pro-competitive, pro-consumer benefits that realtors have long sought to support. After months of discussion and consideration with NAR's MLS Technology and Emerging Issues Advisory Board, this proposal has been brought forth for the industry to discuss and consider. So what happened is that the group, the MLS Technology and Emerging Issues Advisory Board, and that's made up of brokers and MLSs from across the country, got together and talked about the issue that we've all been facing with coming soon listings. And it's not just limited just to one marketplace. It's an issue that we've all been facing across the nation. And they got together and thought, how can we address this issue? And this is how this policy came into being. And wanting to make it fair, not only to the brokers and the agents, but also to the consumers, making it fair to them. And that's how this policy came into being.
And so basically what they want to do is to have a common playing field for everyone by putting all of the information into the MLS and not excluding the MLS from that information.
Exactly. And I think what was the biggest issue that we have found was that the consumers tended to have information that was not available to brokers and agents. And the MLS is supposed to be that first line of information for our brokers and agents. And it was very difficult for many of our subscribers to have that information not available to them because it was out there on coming soon sites or other areas that were information was out there but not empowered to them in the MLSs. And so this rule is just simply stating that they want that information to also be available to them, where that is their tool for business.
Got it. And so actually what the rule states?
So the rule states, within one business day of marketing a property to the public, the listing broker must submit the listing to the MLS for cooperation with other MLS participants. Public marketing includes, but is not limited to, flyers displayed in windows, yard signs, digital marketing on public-facing websites, brokerage websites, including IDX and VAL, digital communication marketings, which include e-blast, multi-brokerage listing sharing networks, and applications available to the general public.
So basically what the rule is saying is that if you're going to market a listing, a property, you must submit it to the MLS.
That is correct.
So that is the essence of the whole policy.
That is correct. So in other words, if you are saying it's a coming soon listing, and the minute you start marketing it in any way, if you have a flyer, if you are putting it on social networking, if you have any kind of marketing that touches the public, it needs to be put into the MLS in one business day. So that means that if you start putting it out to the public on a Friday, then when one business day, so that would be by Monday, if it was on that Friday, you start marketing it, must be submitted into the MLS.
And so does this affect any of those listings that the agent may want to exclude from the MLS? Let's just, talk about true coming soon. I mean, if they wanted to exclude it, can they still do that?
They still can do that. They can still complete an SCLM, which is the form that we do have available that members have been using or subscribers have been using. They still can exclude it by completing that form if it is a true coming soon. In other words, if the house is being prepared for the market, let's say it has to be remodeled or something like that, they still can exclude it. So they fill out the SCLM, they file it with the MLS, and then they can exclude it from the MLS. But again, once that listing is being marketed to the public, then it must be inputted into the MLS. The good thing is with our system, we have a coming soon status. That coming soon status has very limited fields. It allows it to be kept from syndication, meaning it doesn't have to go out to Zillow or Realtor.com. It doesn't count the days on market. So it's very limited on what it is actually doing. So it's only staying in the MLS itself and being marketed to other brokers and agents on our system. So it is still being kept from the actual general public. It is only being marketed in our system.
That's awesome. That's pretty clear. And so, when do we need to implement this statement?
Great question. So when it hit the floor and was passed by NAR, they gave us a window time. The start time that the rule becomes effective is January 1, 2020. And the local MLSs do not have to implement the rule until May 1st of 2020. MLS for Bridge, we have not picked our actual date of when we will start. And because we share a platform with two other MLSs here in the Bay, Bay East and Contra Costa, and we share many of the same brokerages, we will work on an implementation date with those two other MLSs to launch together. So right now we don't have an exact start date for Bridge MLS, but we will have to, like I said, implement it before that May 1st date. So that date will be coming soon, and we will let our subscribers know with plenty of time before we have that exact launch date.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time.
Welcome.
Think that it pretty much is clear how we're going to implement this rule in the coming weeks.
Yes.
And so, if you guys have any questions, please contact us at support@bridgeMLS.com. You can always send us an email, or you can give us a call if you have any questions on this particular policy. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll be talking soon.
Thank you.
bridgeMLS, the MLS that fits you best.